to Decoding Disney, and our topic today is, should you use a travel agent for your Walt Disney World vacation? And a lot of people say absolutely yes, some people say absolutely no, but I'm going to tell you the answer is yes, no, and maybe. First of all, I said it before in one of my other videos, but you need to know I am not a Walt Disney World travel agent or a travel agent of any kind, not associated with Walt Disney World or any website or printed book or anything like that. So the only reason for these videos, I'm doing them for my friends so that they can understand a lot more about Walt Disney World, and I just don't have to keep repeating myself all the time. So I'm sharing this information to my friends out there, and hopefully you're going to learn something from it. So I think one of the most important things to understand whether or not you want to use a travel agent is it really depends on which one you use. Now, a regular travel agent is not a Disney specialist. I almost always say no, don't use them. And the reason being is this: once you book through them, they control your reservation, and there's going to be, if you're watching these videos, there's going to be a lot of little tweaks and changes and ways to save money, and they're just not going to be into that. And Walt Disney World is such a large and vast place that you need to realize that a regular travel agent cannot keep up with all the changes and all the different package deals that are out there. A Disney specialist agent has a hard time keeping on top of it, and they focus on it. A regular travel agent just really will not have that information at their fingertips. Now, I don't want to sell your regular agent short. You might have one that you use on a regular basis and you really have a great trust issue with. And if you feel very comfortable, then by all means use them. But whenever I direct my friends to figure out whether or not they want to use a travel agent, I always tell them, if you're going to use a travel agent to book your Disney trip, make darn sure that they're a specialist and they know what they're doing, because a specialist will work hard for you, they will save you money, and they will have the answers to all your questions, and they'll probably be very, very accurate. Whereas a regular travel agent will not be able to do those things for you. So my number one rule is, if you're going to use a travel agent, make sure you get a great Disney specialist. Now, I get this question quite a bit. Well, Ali, won't it cost me money if I use a travel agent rather than if I book it myself? And the answer to that question is absolutely not. A Disney travel agent gets their commission directly from Disney, or actually any travel agent gets their commission directly from Disney. But that discount, that commission that Disney gives to the travel agent, they do not give to you personally if you just decide to go ahead and book your own trip. So you don't save any money by booking it yourself. So that's really important to know when you're trying to decide whether or not you want to use a Disney specialist travel agent. Now, my next point is, not all Disney specialist travel agents are created equal. And I'm really sorry, I'm going to have to throw AAA and CAA under the bus here, because they have been officially partnered with Walt Disney World, and they're official Disney specialists. They like to have that title. But I'm going to tell you right now, the people that work in there, anyone who I have ever dealt with, and I've only dealt with CAA, I'm Canadian, but I hear these complaints about AAA. Those people, you might as well be just using a regular travel agent. They cannot help you out in any way, shape, or form that a real, truly great Disney specialist can. Okay, so, and there's probably other Disney specialists out there that aren't that great. So I guess our next question is, how do I figure out what travel agent to use? And that's a great question. Well, first off, I know that there's many, many different Disney agencies all across North America that have great specialists that are very eager, very keen, and really want you to have the best time at Walt Disney World. And that is their number one goal, because they know if you have an amazing time at Walt Disney World and you were able to do it at a very affordable price that your family can afford, well, then they know that you're going to be back to book another vacation, a Disney vacation with them sometime down the road. So they're very, very keen. So a couple things you can do is you can do a Google search of different Walt Disney World travel agent specialists in your area. I suggest you do that. I do like to use local talent. If you live in a big area that's got a big population, you may have a couple agencies located right in some of these major cities that have specialists that are great to use, and you can have some face-to-face time. But I also want to tell you, it's not necessary that you need to be living in the same city or even in the same country as a great Disney specialist. And this is a little tip for my Canadian friends. There's a couple of really big but very good Disney specialist agencies in the States, and I've used them in the past. I've had friends use them in the past, and you can do that. If you're Canadian, you can do that. Not sure about England or Australia or any of those other places, but you can contact these agencies and find out whether or not they can book your stuff for you. Okay, I'm going to say it again. I'm not associated with any websites, but I'm going to give you the recommendations that I give my friends so that you know at least a starting point where you can look for a fantastic Walt Disney World travel agent specialist. And the first one comes from mousesavers.com. And this is one of the original websites that was up about Disney many years ago. I don't even know when she established, back in 2000 and something. I remember reading it like 15, 20 years ago. It was created by a lady by the name of Mary Waring. And honestly, most people consider her the original Disney guru. Anything, she has information on how to save money at Walt Disney World or in Orlando or Disney Cruises or Disneyland. She has all this information. It's a great website. I highly suggest you go to it and check it out when you get a chance. But Mary Waring is associated with a travel agency, or at least she has links to it, called Small World Vacations. Now, personally, I've never actually used Small World Vacations myself, but I wouldn't hesitate to recommend that to any of my friends. They can do Canadians. You don't have to be living in America in order to use Small World Vacations. So if you want to give them a try and see if you feel comfortable and like that travel agency. I do know it's been around for a long, long, long time. And Mary Waring only puts her rubber stamp on something that is absolutely exceptional quality. And it's a recommendation I completely trust. So you might want to go check out Small World Vacations. Now, there's another huge Disney specialist travel agency, and it's called, sorry, I had a brain fart there. It's called Dreams Unlimited. And Dreams Unlimited was, they created a website too. It's like a big forum board called the Disboards, DISBOARDS.com. And it's mostly, the Disboards is mostly a huge forum fan site for Walt Disney World, and they've got all sorts of categories, and you can learn so much information on the Disboards if you go over there and check it out. But the Disboards was created by Dreams Unlimited, and Dreams Unlimited I've actually used myself in the past, and I've had friends use in the past, and they're specialists. They're on top of everything. If a discount's coming out, they put it on your vacation package before you even know it's out, and they call you up and say, hey, I just saved you like $400. Isn't that great? And they're a wonderful, wonderful travel agency to use. So I would recommend that to my friends, and I think that you should check them out also. The one thing you need to know is both of those agencies, and I think any travel agency that you go to, sometimes if you've already booked your vacation, sometimes if it's within 30 days or whatever, you can transfer your booking to a travel agent. Sometimes you can't. And also, if you're booked with another travel agency, you cannot transfer that over to Dreams Unlimited or Small World Vacations or any other travel agency at all. So, if you haven't booked anything at all, or you've booked something very recently, but you want to go and check out these places, you can contact them via email. Let them know where you're at as far as what you want to do. And honestly, the service you'll get there, I think you'll be very, very happy. Now, because these are very, very large travel agencies, and I believe their agents are scattered all throughout the States, so they're not all in one location. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe so. that you may be able to have an agent that's very close to your locale. But in this day and age with FaceTime and email and all those other things, really having being the ability to go to an office really is not a huge asset anymore these days, as long as you know that you're dealing with a reputable and reliable company. Now, besides those two travel agencies, there's other smaller travel agencies that may have a little bit less exposure than these two big ones. And by all means, Google, do your research, go onto Disney fan site, say, have you ever used this travel agency? Are they any good? And you'll get a pretty good answer whether or not this is a reliable and reputable Disney specialist. So do a little bit of legwork. You may find somebody very local that's excellent, and you may find you may end up using one of the bigger agencies. And the two that I named, there's several more out there, but those two I know, I trust, and they've been around for a long, long time. And I do not think you'll be disappointed if you use them. Okay, so mostly I've discussed ways to save money and how to figure out the budget for your Disney vacation and how to maximize the use of all your dollars and that sort of thing. But there are some people out there, I don't know if they're going to be watching this video or not, but if you happen to have a lot more money than you do time, and your concern is not budget, and you just want to have a fantastic time, and you don't have the time to do huge planning, you just want to go there, have an amazing time, not worry about a thing, and just have an absolutely amazing time. Well, have I got the travel agency for you? It's called Michael's VIPs. And this agency has been around for quite some time too. But they deal with very high-end hotels. And what you get along with the hotel, and they do all the booking and all your reservations. They do everything for you. They also supply a tour guide to personally tour you through the different theme parks. And these tour guides know what they're doing, and you'll see so much stuff in a couple of hours that most people, unless they really know what they're doing, would take an entire day to do. So it sounds fantastic, right? But the price tag is is pretty high. But I just want to put it out there in case there's somebody there that wouldn't blink at adding maybe $10,000 to their bottom line by having personal and privatized tour guides. I don't actually know exactly how much extra it would cost you, but you can just imagine you'll be staying at the Grand Floridian or in one of the suites. And so if that's the sort of vacation that you would like to do, don't watch any more of my videos. Just get onto Michael's VIPs, contact them and say, I want a great vacation and money's no object, and you'll have an amazing time. I mean, these guys can book the park privately after hours for your kids to ride the rides. I mean, the sky's the limit. So if you're interested and you can afford it, then I suggest maybe you just turn off the YouTube and contact them and have a great, great, great trip. Okay? All right. When do I say no, don't use a Disney specialist or any kind of travel agent? When I say no, it's usually because of two reasons. One is you're a Disney vet and you really know what you're doing and you're planning, and you like to organize things in your own certain way, and you know how to get your fast pass reservations or your dining reservations, or you know how to figure out what day for which park and how to maneuver all the way through. And then it's up to you, but then I don't usually use a travel agent, and I haven't for a long time. And the other issue is if you're a bit of a control freak, like me, that you don't want to give up the power to a travel agent, because if a hot deal comes out, it gets filled up very quickly. The specific room that you want is going to be gone very quickly, or a sudden change in Canadian dollar or something like that, then I want complete control, and I don't even want to wait 20 minutes while I send off an email saying, hey, can you organize this? Can you do this for me? No, I'm a little bit of a control freak. So know yourself. If you're a control freak, maybe even a Disney specialist travel agent will not be good for you. If you are a control freak and you don't know a lot about Disney, Well, let me tell you, there's an awful lot of information out there on the internet, and you can do a lot of reading and researching, and you can educate yourself on how to do the best trip. I'm hoping to produce a series of YouTube videos that tells you exactly everything you need to know in order to figure out which hotel that you should be staying at, figuring out which ticket, figuring out whether or not a package is a good idea for your family or not, and then how to plan your days and all the little details like fast passes or getting your dining reservations, or is a dining plan a good deal for you. All these issues I'm hoping to eventually get up on YouTube videos. Once I finish theme parks, I think I'm going to move over and start working on resort information. I've stayed at, not all of them, but quite, the majority of resorts I've stayed at. So got some input there that you might find interesting. So if you're a control freak, do your research. Mouse Savers is an excellent place to start. And another excellent place to start is allears.net. This is another long-term amazing website that's free, much like Mouse Savers. Deb Willis has been running this site for many, many years, and she's got excellent information too. So head over there and start reading up on that, and before you know it, you'll feel confident being able to book a Disney trip yourself and making sure that you've provided yourself with the best deal possible. Okay, so that's my little blurb on should you or should you not use a travel agent. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, give me the thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you at the next video, which I think is going to be the one-day ticket. Okay? See you later. Bye.